What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cigars and Whiskey for our next review. Today we are trying a cigar that you may not be familiar with, and some of you may be out there. It is a cigar that was created by a Zona factory, and it is the Protocol, and it is the Red series known as the Probable Cause. And this is actually the second one. The first of this series of cigars was actually a blue label. But this is going to be the second one. And now this one is featuring a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. The binder and filler are both Nicaraguan. And again, as I said, it is from Zona. And just bear with me, I'm just checking a note, make sure. Alright, and as you can see, it is a Churchill size, which is about 6.5 by 48 stick. Roughly runs between $9 and $10, just depending on where you looked at it, where you found it. I was able to pick this up at Embargo's, which you'll see. Actually, probably, I don't know. You'll see. I picked it up at Embargo's Cigar Lounge in Phoenix. I know it's one of the few shops I've seen it in. Again, not necessarily that it's a bad cigar, only certain shops carry things. It's just some shops, they carry real rare stuff. Some shops carry just certain brands because that's what the clientele likes. I like going to all the different shops, figuring out what's out there, and trying stuff I haven't seen or haven't tried. Alright, everybody, into the pre-draw. Before we get to that, I do want to point out the San Andreas wrapper is very toothy and oily, meaning that what I mean by toothy is when you rub the wrapper, you get slightly gritty. That's not a bad thing. It's definitely different and unique to some cigars. But with that said, getting a sweet cocoa right off the bat always is what I notice first of all on a lot of the Nicaraguan cigars. That's just something I always pick out first, is that chocolatey profile. A little bit like of a sweet dried fruit flavor, almost like an apricot. And not getting a lot of floral profile off of the foot. Might be because it's kind of windy outside and I'm not getting everything. But with that said, that's what we're getting so far with the pre-draw. It's firm to the touch. It's not overly spongy and it's not overly tight. And the draw seems to be perfect. I haven't yet lit it, but I'm getting a pretty good draw through it. We'll be right back with the first third. Alright, into the first third. As you see, just lit it. The initial profile, and getting like a sweetness on the smoke, almost like it's like a seasoned barbecue profile. And what I mean by that is when you first initially barbecue meat or anything like that, and you get that little bit of char, but it's not a bad flavor, it's just a slightly smell or taste. That's what I'm getting. I am getting that chocolate, a little bit of a sweet hay profile, and I have to say, so far the burn is really well, the draw is really good, but as you see, we're still got a ways to go, so stay tuned. We're back with our second third of the Protocol. Alright, everybody, welcome back to our review of the Protocol Probable Cause, the red band, the second of the series. As you can see, the ash is holding up. It's kind of getting crooked now. The burn isn't razor sharp, but man, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this off, but I did want to show you that. Like I said, the profiles are amazing. The retro hell, it's got a lot of black peppercorn on it. We're getting a little bit of that cedar profile now. The draw is magnificent. It is like the perfect draw. So, you know, when they say it's spongy to the touch and it's hard to draw, man, it is perfect. It's not too loose and it's not too tight where you have to sit and play with the cigar. It's just perfect. But again, not anything for those who have had any of the protocols or any of the Zona cigars. Really never had those issues. At least I haven't yet at this point. Doesn't mean I won't in the future, but at this point I have not. With that said, like I said, razor sharp almost burn. The ash holds pretty good. It's just a great draw. getting more of a, like I said, a cedar on the retrohale, a little bit of black pepper, almost like a, on the profile of the cigar, kind of getting like maybe like a cinnamon profile. The pepper's there, but it's not overpowering. It's not really destroying the pleasure of the cigar. But man, so far so good. I'll keep smoking away at this, and I'll be back with my final thirds and my final thoughts of the Protocol right after this. All right, everybody, into the final third of our review of the Protocol. Getting a lot of white pepper profile at this time. A little more of the dried fruit profile. Like I said earlier, it tasted like a dried apricot at the beginning, but now it's starting to go to that. For those who've noticed in their smoking of cigars, notice like a raisin or even a plum profile. I'm starting to get that. Like I said, the ash holds up pretty well. I've only knocked it off a couple times throughout the cigar. The burn isn't razor sharp. Doesn't mean it's anything bad about it, just I'm not getting that on today's cigar. But man, I have to say the Protocol is definitely a cigar if you haven't tried them. There's this one, and there's also the Blue Series that came out before it. But those are usually where you find one, you'll find the other, or you'll find them both together. But Zona did another excellent job with getting this out to the masses. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks again for tuning in to Cigars and Whiskey. Have a great day. Have a great smoke. And I will see you next time.